Hello chess lovers, welcome to the new video. So today's topic is how much depth is there in chess endgames. So I chose this position. It has only two pawns, one white pawn and one black pawn, and of course two kings. So how hard and complicated can this be? Yeah, only two pawns. And let me tell you, I first saw this position maybe 2 years ago or 1 year and a half ago, something like that. And it was given like a puzzle. And I tried to solve it. I really tried. I think I spent almost 2 hours. It was not 2 hours, but it was not less than 1 hour. I think more than 1 hour and a half. I don't know. I didn't measure the time, but I remember I spent almost 2 hours thinking about this position. And I didn't solve it. I solved most of it, but at the end I couldn't find. Also, in that picture there was no text like white wins or black draws. It's just white to play and no further text. So I didn't know. Um, I figured out after a few minutes that we are looking for a win, but I couldn't find a win. So let's analyze. So white pawn is going this way, black pawn is going this way. You cannot start running immediately because black can catch you. Yeah, we are in the square, so that's an easy draw. Note that race would not be good for black because the queening square is on this diagonal, so it would be a check, so that would be losing, but black has king e4 and that is just fine. So white cannot start running yet, so he has to prepare it. So he goes king f5. If black tries to run, that's no good because we are ready to catch that pawn. After c4, we catch the pawn and then we win with this pawn. If black changes his mind in the middle of the process, still we just pick up that pawn, and then unfortunately for black, he cannot go here to catch this pawn, so he loses. That's why black cannot run. He has to approach with his king. Now we cannot run either because black can choose now either to catch the pawn or to go for a race because he is no longer on this square where white promotes with check. So after king e3 we cannot go a4, but instead we need to go king e5. And now if we continue with our king, it's not good. Look, I will just show you. We cannot catch this pawn. Yeah, it's queening. So we have to do something else. And I found this something else when I was looking at the position. It's a really nice move, c6, and taking this square from white's king. So if white continues with the king, then we can catch the white pawn in this manner. So this would be a draw. But now, because we wasted the tempo and didn't improve our king, white can and must run. We cannot run as black because white catches us and then he promotes. So as black we cannot run, we have to improve our king, but now we lost 2 tempi. That means that this pawn will queen and this one will not. But then of course you must run, because if you do this again it's a draw. So you must run as white. And what will happen? We have a sequence of forcing moves, and white has a queen, black has a c-pawn. And as you might know, c-pawn can sometimes draw against a lone queen. And where does this position fall? Is it a draw? Is it a win? I didn't know. So once I reached this position in my analysis, in my mind, I was trying to solve it, but in my mind. So it was a little bit challenging. And I couldn't find. I found some wins. For example, if black goes, oops, sorry, first we give a check. I figured out that this is an important check, but I couldn't find the win in one continuation. So I will show you. This was the easy one. I was happy when I found this one. I thought, okay, this is probably winning. But then There is this move where I also managed to find a win, something like this. And that's one possible line with checkmate here. But if black king goes to e3, I could not find a win. And I will show you. And if you haven't seen this motif, you will never find it. It's impossible. Maybe in this position with lots of time. But from that first position to get here and to find it in your mind without knowing the motif, it's virtually impossible, I think. Anyway, I will let you figure out why Queen G2 is the move. So you can practice a little bit and check different replies for black and how to win. There is some precision required after, for example, King D3, but it's not too hard. So what can we conclude after seeing this huge number of possibilities in position with only two pawns, one pawn for white, one for black? My conclusion is that there is a lot of depth in chess endgames. If there is so much play in a position with only two pawns, can you imagine how many more possibilities are there in a position with, for example, two pawns each and a rook or a knight or something? It is probably more than you assumed before watching this video. So, to wrap it all up, there is a lot of depth in chess endgames, and a lot of it stays hidden for most players because they don't bother to explore it. So maybe next time you play an endgame, try to dig deeper and find hidden resources that might make the game more interesting or maybe bring better results to you. What do you think? Was my conclusion about the depth correct, or was it false? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching and see you again. Bye.